With legal recreational marijuana sales expected to begin next month, gun owners who use pot are facing a dilemma.
If they admit to using pot, they'll face trouble with the law. And as KOMO4's Matt Markovich reports, the dilemma has law-abiding citizens and the police caught in the middle.
In Washington state, adults can have pot and a gun, but putting them together brings trouble. Bobby Joe Floyd knows that all too well. In Richland, Washington, a city of 51,000, people know Bobby Joe.
I have probably married 2,000 people in this town. I'm an officiant.
She's also a known medical marijuana user, mixing her medicine into shakes rather than smoking it.
I'm a Republican, and I believe in my guns.
She went to the Richland police station to apply for a concealed pistol license and came face to face with question number 5 on the application. Are you an unlawful user of or addicted to marijuana?
I answered it no, because how I read it was, are you an illegal user or addicted to marijuana? And I don't feel I'm either.
Then something unusual happened.
An employee recognized me, and she asked me to attach my medical license on my application.
Typically, police don't ask for that, but with nothing to hide, Bobby Joe complied. A few weeks later, she got her application back.
We denied her CPL.
It was denied by Richland Police Chief Chris Skinner because he knows Bobby Joe uses pot. And here's where it gets interesting.
Would she have been given a CPL had you not known that she was a medical marijuana?
Absolutely.
And I was incredibly angry.
Angry because she would have gotten a CPL if she kept her marijuana use a secret. Washington has legalized marijuana, but the other Washington in D.C. has not.
As a law enforcement organization, you are bound by both state and federal law.
Since 1970, marijuana has been a Schedule I controlled substance, the worst of the worst, which means people with pot can't have guns, even in states where pot is legal.
That really put us in kind of a bind for the first time, trying to make a determination as to whether or not we in good conscience could issue a CPL to somebody, knowing that potentially it was going to be in violation of federal law.
I sympathize with the police chief because he's really between the legal rock and the legal hard place here.
Dave Workman is an outspoken supporter of the Second Amendment, which gives all Americans the right to keep and bear arms. He doesn't know who's right.
In my mind, some people didn't think this through.
Even the usually vocal National Rifle Association has not weighed in on the issue of legal pot and guns.
Clearly, there's a conflict there, and it's been very, very difficult to identify which way to go.
But the chief may need to look at Cynthia Willis, an Oregon medical marijuana user and owner of a concealed weapons license.
Issued at the direction of the Court of Appeals. Not too many people have that.
No, I'm very proud of that, as a matter of fact.
Just like Bobby Joe, her local sheriff denied her a CWL. She fought it in the courts all the way to the Court of Appeals and won every decision.
I was not a criminal, that I met all of the conditions to have a concealed weapons license.
But despite her victories, she's still afraid to answer another simple question.
Do you own a gun? Is that a hard question to answer?
Yes, it is. And
Are you afraid to answer that?
frankly, yes.
Even though she won the right to have a concealed weapons license, she fears the police and the feds can come after her if she admits to owning a gun.
That's the threat that every medical marijuana patient who owns a gun is facing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What advice do you have for a recreational user who owns a gun? What should they admit to?
Nothing. Keep it to yourself.
It's a question every marijuana-using, gun-owning adult in Washington must answer. Pot's legal. Guns are legal. But it may take a court to decide if you can have one with the other. In Richland, Matt Markovich, KOMO4 News.
There is a movement to get the federal government to reclassify marijuana as a less harmful drug. If that were to happen, gun owners would be allowed to possess pot.